Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'd like to welcome you back to my shack here in the Northwest. Welcome back. This is Ham Radio Live, show number 60. Good one, too. On CQ Worldwide, there are contests. Now, for people that are new to ham radio or who would like to be in ham radio, this may interest you tremendously. Take a look, for example, at the rig cam. It's back. My father-in-law left to go back to California this afternoon. We're sad. We miss him already. Anyway, see how the bands are filled? They're stuffed. And the reason why is because everyone's trying to make calls to everyone else, whether they be in the United States to US, US to Canada, US to China, wherever. It's all over the world. This is a great contest. In fact, it's one of my two favorite contesting that there is. This is the best part of it, okay? Now, here's the issue that we need to talk about when we talk about contesting, but we have a good question I'd like to address here from a viewer. I'm looking for info. I build lights out, hybrid grid, connected homes. I'd like to add a Flex 6700 in a Faraday cage. Well, I'll tell you what you can do to try out how it will work for you is to build a box, build some sort of a box that is larger than the radio, larger than the Flex, and line it with copper. You can buy it on Amazon. I think the copper, it's not sheet, it's more like a mesh. It's like $12.99 for a roll of 50 feet. Line it with that. That might be helpful to you. But keep in mind also, the RF can get onto your coax as well. That's something that might, be an issue. So with that said, something you can also use here, and I'm trying to find it. Here it is. Hopefully I think it's disconnected almost. Okay. Let me try and get you a little closer view. This is the MFJ Deluxe Noise Canceller 1026. It will do it. It will knock it out. If the Faraday cage won't work for you, buy a phase canceller. It will. Okay. Now, the only catch with this, when you're changing frequencies, you're going to have to reset it. That's the only thing. But I think the Faraday cage will work. Just make sure that you build a box big enough for ventilation for the rig so that you have it ventilated properly. It can breathe, and then make sure you have enough copper lining the enclosure around the radio. Should be fine. Okay. Hope that answered your question. Great question, by the way. And the Flex 6700 is a really great radio. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about contesting today because contests are something that people who aren't in ham radio may not know about and think, contests, what is that? Contests are things that usually happen every weekend. It just depends on either the state, the country, or maybe the organization that runs it. And the idea is to make as many contacts with other people as you can. Now, take a look at the rig right now. The rig cam is back. Dad has left for California. So sad. Look at how look how close in these signals are here. Take a look at this. They're literally almost on top of each other. Those are all hams making contact during CQ Worldwide. This is probably, I would say, the biggest contest of the year. It really is. Field day's good, but this includes the world. So it's a big deal. Now, before we start, one thing I'd like to share. Yesterday, just before CQ Worldwide started, another question. Let me see if I can get to that to help you. I have the Faraday cage. My question is passing the antennas, the network passing over fiber. The antenna going into the box is the problem. It's the hole in the cheese, he says. I'm not sure. I don't have the answer to that, to be honest with you. Someone that I would refer you to for this question that might be helpful, I would contact DX Engineering, okay? The man who owns DX Engineering is probably one of the most foremost experts on RFI, and he will help you. He's real good. I dealt with him with my RFI problem, and he helped me greatly, so check with him. He can hopefully help you. If I don't know the answer, I'd rather lead you to somebody who can, because that will help you. And that's my goal too. Okay. So, all right. Contesting for hams that aren't in it. It's about making contacts, as many as you can. Now, there's a way to do it the right way. Meaning this person says, for example, K0ABC QRZ. That means he's done with his contact with the previous station. All right. The next thing is other stations trying to contact K0ABC will start giving their calls. Okay. Now, there's in the lessons in the United States, they talk about you can kind of learn the person who is on frequency, taking calls, their pattern. For example, they may take the last call that comes in, or they may take the first one, or they may take someone who just gives two letters of their call sign. Okay. All right. So the point is, don't keep giving your call sign over and over again. It's just bad practice, because what you're doing is you're basically saying, I'm more important than the rest of you are. I want to make sure and get this call, and I'm going to keep on calling my call out there. It creates what's called QRM. It's making interference to other operators that's really unnecessary. You don't need to keep giving your call because you so badly want to make this call. Give your call sign once, okay? Learn how the person on the other end is responding. Try and respond the way that successful hams are making contacts with them. That's the best way I could describe it. Let me show you a short video. You're going to see my father-in-law. He was here yesterday, right when DX Worldwide started. This will give you a good example of a pileup, a big-time pileup, and what not to do when you're in ham radio. Enjoy. Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. Welcome to the real Ham Radio Live Show 60. Oh, boy. It has begun. Insanity on the air. I mean it. There are really a bunch of contests each year where people, I think, forget that this is supposed to be a fun hobby. It's supposed to be about having fun, making contacts, but it shows the competitive nature of some people, and that getting a wood plaque is so important that they will lose their mind to make a call. I want you to hear something that's typical with big contests. And I want to hopefully encourage people who would like to be ham operators to not be like this. And the reason why I say this isn't because I haven't made the call. It has nothing to do with making the call or not making the call. It has to do with proper practice. We do hold ourselves to being good at this, being professional, being polite. Now, behind me is my father-in-law. He's a new ham. And to hear what's going on right now during CQ Worldwide is kind of embarrassing to me to have to play in front of him, because he's never heard anything like this. This is a pileup, but it goes to show just how serious people are about getting that contact. Okay? Now, this, for example, it's a rare call. It is. This is one from South Korea. Now, certainly, if I was so gung-ho, ready to rock and roll, this was so important to me, I wouldn't be making this video. I'd be making calls. But it's so important to me to try and convey to you, when you get your license, or if you're a young ham, to not do this, because it's not good practice to cause interference to any ham transmission. What you're about to hear is one of the unfortunate elements of some big contests. It is a thing that turns a lot of people off who are in ham radio. And I must be honest with you, it's embarrassing. But I want to show it because I think it's a great example of what not to do if you're a ham radio operator. Now, there is a call coming out of South Korea. The call is Hotel Lima 4 Radio Sugar. I'm going to turn the volume up. I'll let you hear the pileup. But just listen at how insistent and how just aggressive these hams are to try and get that one simple call. Listen to this.
Delta something. Actually, you're not from here. Try one more time, please. Go ahead. confirmed your call. This is Hotel Lima 4 Sugar Fox. Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio.
November 0, United November.
AB6XI.
Yeah, you are strong here into Denver, Colorado. You're 5 and 9. My name is Wayne, over.
Okay, Wayne, thank you for the call. The name here is 1 Whiskey Oscar November, and the QTH is the Jeju Island of South Korea. I think the contest will begin within 10 minutes. I'm not going to participate in the contest, so maybe somebody can use this frequency. November 0 Uniform November, Hotel Lima 4 Sugar Fox, yourself?
Yeah, QSL 1. Yeah, we're not going to be in the contest either, but I just wanted to stop by. Your signal's so good. I just had to let you know you're very strong into Denver. All the best and good DX, my friend. Hotel Lima 4 Sugar Fox, Norway 0, United Norway. Bye-bye.
Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio.
Yeah, we're using 1,500 watts and a 4-element Yagi at 20 meters, and we're up about 2,000 meters above sea level. So very good ham radio location 1, over.
Oh, I see. I think that's the reason why you have an exceptional signal on there. Anyway, enjoy your ham radio. Thank you for the call. This is Hotel Lima 4 Sugar Fox.
AB6XI.
Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio. Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio. Okay, thank you. The name here is 1 Whiskey Oscar November. Thank you for the call. Alpha Julia 6 Victor. This is Hotel Lima 4 Sugar Fox 73.
Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio. 3 Hotel.
Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio. Whiskey 7 Zulu Radio. Actually, this is morning time here, so I...
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Okay, I hope you get it. You hear some people talking in the middle of the QSO. You have some people giving their call sign multiple times who have basically recorded their voice, and they're hitting the button on the computer, in this case, to continue to hit their call sign over and over. Do it once. Just get it over. Do it once. You'll get the call. And if you don't get the call, it wasn't meant to be your call. But don't sit there and try and go over the top of other people, because that call is so much more important to you than it is to the other people trying to get the call. It's the whole point. Remember, we have good practice here. That's what we do. Good question from Don Weldon. Love it, Don. What does 594 mean? He says, I know what the 59 is, but not the 4. Here's what it means. During CQ Worldwide, and every contest uses different format. For example, during field day, it would be 59. In my case, I'm in Oregon, OR. So 59 Oscar Radio. 59 in California, 59 Charlie Alpha. Okay, that's the exchange. In this case, 594 is your CQ district. Okay, in the West Coast here on the west side, we're a 7. So, excuse me, 3. Pardon, 3. We're 3, and as you go east, the numbers change. So when you hear 594, it means it's coming from Coal District 4, the CQ District 4. That's a good answer. Good question, man. That's a great question. Keep them coming. Good question. All right. We're going to go on the rig. We're going to go right to the rig. This is the only weekend of the year this happens, and it's too big to not cover. And I'm going to apologize because, as you see, the neighbor's waterfall pump is still on, creating RF havoc. I have done everything humanly possible to be a good neighbor, and unfortunately, let's just say the neighbor next door is not really willing to fix the problem. So unfortunately, my father-in-law had to be here all this time, and he knew how important that trip was because my father-in-law is 84. He brought his radio with him, and he literally could not really use it because of that pump. So we'll go to the rig. Now, there's 2 ways to work. There's hunt and pounce. Hunting is finding signals, calling in, making your call, making your QSO, moving on to the next signal. That's doing that. Now I'm bringing the power up on the rig. And there's going to be signal after signal. And again, sorry for the noise on this. There is a lot of noise coming from a defective waterfall volume pump controller next door, okay? Hear the pile up? Now, this guy by now has already accepted a call, but they continue to give their call sign. We're going to move on, guys. That's why here on this channel, at least, we're going to try and teach you the proper way to run a ham radio. That's not the way to do it. If you're contesting, what you get, just to give you an idea, what you get is you get a wood plaque that has a number on it saying what you did, and that's it. You can hang it on your wall. Congratulations. Okay. It's not worth working that way, that hard, just to get the wood plaque. So, my opinion, I don't have anything against contesters. I love it. I love doing it, especially these two contests, CQ Worldwide and Field Day. But sometimes it gets a little too competitive. Okay, let's try it. What we might even do is just go to a point where we just pounce, stay in one place, let people come to us. Boy, a lot of QRM. Okay, let's do this. Let's use this. Sounds weird, but it's CQ Worldwide. Let's go up on 20 meters, and it's late. I mean, here it's late. I mean, we're talking it's 7:30 p.m. But there will be people here because it's CQ Worldwide. And again, this is my neighbor's pump.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you too. Very good. Sounding good over here. Very good. Thank you, KB.
One other thing. One other thing for new hams, during contests, you'll find people ending, their signals will be ending on 5s or 0s.
November, Oscar 6 Tango, Norway Ocean 6 Tokyo.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Alright, DX only this contest. Sorry, November Oscar 6 Tango contest. Sticky contest. November Oscar 6 Tango, Norway Ocean 6 Tokyo.
Okay, so he heard us, okay, but because he's just working DX, that's it, because it's DX Worldwide, so that's the reason why you got that
Tango,
response.
Sticky contest, November Oscar 6 Tango.
So we got somebody that's over in California. Now, if there was an H in there, we'd be Hawaii. That would be considered DX, okay? We'll try and find a spot if we can.
Victoria, India. CQDX, Kilo Mexico 5, Victoria, India.
There's one out of 5 call district. Big signal right there. That's a big signal.
594.
So there's your answer, Dan. 594. He's in the 4 call district. He's U.S. Okay. But look at how close these guys are. And most likely they can't hear each other.
Kilo 6. Kilo 0 Alpha Unified 3.
Just moving quickly with the mouse. Just try to get a different signal.
Mike.
And by the way, US can contact US. We'll tune. We'll make a few calls and then try and find a spot if we can that's open. I don't think we will this late, but we might, and we'll give it a shot. Just see if we can create a pile up. We'll find out. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Ooh, that's what you don't want to do. And that was a mistake.
Mike, Whiskey Mike. At Kilowatt 9, Mike, Whiskey Mike. Whiskey Alpha 3, something with the Delta.
We'll wait for the end and we'll jump in.
Mike, K9 Mike, Whiskey Mike.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Whiskey Alpha 6, Kilo Hotel Kilo. Something Victor. Whiskey Alpha 6, Kilo Hotel Kilo. Okay, too many at once there. Whiskey 6 with a kilo. Whiskey 6 with a kilo. Whiskey Alpha 6, Kilo Hotel Kilo. Okay, Whiskey Alpha 6, Kilo Hotel Kilo. I think I got it that time. Please copy 5904. Roger 593. Roger 593, thank you. 73, QRZ.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Nope. See, I'm not sure if this guy's a Victor Echo. I believe he is.
Mike, Quebec Mike, 5904. Roger, thank you. 73. Victor Echo 3, Mike, India Sierra. Victor Echo 3, Mike, India Sierra.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. All right, he's not hearing us, so we'll move on where he's not hearing us. All right, so we'll park right here. We'll make sure the frequency is available. We'll do our best to, do the best we can. Question here from Servicing IQ. Tell us about the pump, the RF created, and what you asked. I'm curious as a beginner. Well, it's simply it's the craziest thing, to be honest with you. It's just a waterfall volume pump controller. It simply determines how much water the pump will bring up to the top and help it to go down the rocks. That's all it is. It's a little box. It's maybe 5 inches long by 3 inches wide and 2 or 3 inches wide. But unfortunately, it creates a tremendous amount of radio frequency interference. In fact, there was a professional that came out from our power company who sourced out the noise, said it was the worst he'd ever seen. It was just way, way high, and he could hear it from a block away. So it acts like a transmitter then. So it's going to be not only on your rig, it's going to be on your antenna, it's going to be on your feed line. The only way to get rid of it is to remove it completely, okay? You can try and build a Faraday cage for it. That's possible. You can build Faraday cage, put some copper around it, try and get rid of it, but you never know how well it's going to work. It's very, very high RFI. So good question. Next question comes from Don. His question: I've noticed where a call sign is put out saying that they are in state, and I check QRZ, they're in a different state. Great question. Sometimes what happens, Don, is people will go remote. They'll go and work in a different state. Maybe because they want to work remote or because they're working from someone else's rig. That's it. Someone else's station, I mean. So they'll go to a different shack. They'll call from there. They have to use their own call sign, but they'll be in a different state using it. So that's why. Good questions. Gosh, great questions tonight, you guys. Great questions. And I'll tell you, servicing IQ, my friend, man, I've almost become an expert at RFI. I wish I could help you with your question, though. I do. I don't know that one. That's one I don't know. I can tell you that I had experience really good with the MFJ 1026. I think it's video 57 that we've done. And it's really solid. Great product to help you get rid of that problem. So let's go back. We'll see if we can create a pile up. Maybe. We'll see. Nope. Not there. So someone there. And it's going to be hard to find an open spot. We'll do our best. The first thing you do is you listen. You listen for any sort of signal. That means you're close to someone else. If there's not, tune. And then listen again carefully and then ask if the frequency is available. From there, make your call. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Try and get you a shot of working the rig and the contest. You see how we do. That's me. Too much of me. I got too many chins. There you go. All right. I always keep a paper clear so I can write and then log it later. CQ contest, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ contest. Let me put the clock on this. CQ contest, CQ worldwide, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ contest.
Victor Echo 4, Victor Tango.
Victor Echo 4, Victor Tango, 593. Great signal tonight. Good work.
Thank you, you're 5904.
Roger on the 5904. Good luck. Have fun, buddy. God bless you. QRZ. Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ contest, CQ contest. Yes. Yes, that's why I said Lizzie fan. It's the CQ zone. That is correct. CQ contest, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ worldwide contest. Now we have some QRM coming in. CQ contest, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Three up. See what I mean? That's how thick it gets. So I'll write it down. 72. Okay, got the signal. I mean, you got the frequency down. You've got to hold it quick. If you don't hold it quick, you lose it because there's so many hams right now on the air. So again, we'll take one more listen because the right thing to do in this situation, if you start. Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. Sorry, wrong one. If you hear somebody starting to make some, QRM, meaning you're hearing the signal all of a sudden, move. Just move. Don't cause interference. The best thing to do is move. You'll find a different place. You can work from there. Let's go back to the rig. Is this frequency available? Kilo 7 Hotel November. Quickly tune. I don't think we'll find anything here. It looked quiet before, so we'll find out. See if we can maybe get a pile up. That'd be nice, but no guarantees. It's ham radio. Is this frequency available? Kilo 7 Hotel November. Little bit. Another one. See what I mean? It's packed. So that frequency's gone. Not seeing anything here. We'll tune. We'll see if maybe we can figure something out in this area here. Just to be safe, I'm going to use my my auxiliary tuner here just to make sure we're good. And hopefully we'll be able to get this thing tuned and it'll be crystal clear and happy for the world to hear. So that's the hope. All right. Is this frequency available? Kilo 7 Hotel November. Excuse me, little allergies today. Is this frequency available? This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Wow, high SWR there. Really high. Don't like that. Let's move. And now what you run into is you run into the problem of you got shortwave stations. These are shortwave signals here, okay? These tall, they're shortwave. Now we've got a ham, and they're pretty packed. Like I said, we'll do our best, but I don't want to take a spot. It's not worth it just to make a YouTube video. This might be a good spot. Nope. See how busy it is? Isn't that crazy? See, they're everywhere. It's like every 1500 almost. It's that tight. We'll try and just make calls on frequencies rather than just camp there. We'll try that. Hopefully it works. You never know.
Kilo Echo Kilo, Juliet Yankee Uniform. Kilo Echo Zero, Juliet something.
Hey, nice comment from Dan. Love this. From Don. Excuse me, Don. Pardon me. Please forgive me. Got his ticket in June, general in July. Congratulations. Barefoot, 100 watts. Yeah, you know what? It can be. It can be. But there are, there are classes for 100 watts or less. This one included. It's 100 watts or less. Now, sometimes, Don, they have contests for, they say low power is 150 or less. This one does not. This one goes to 100 or less. But yeah, good point. I've always thought they should have some sort of a antenna, class. If you run it a directional, it is such an advantage. Just is. Searching for an open spot. Lightning strike. How tight there. Yep. So literally from here, he's at 70. So 71. 66. You got to give 3. So that's why you're hearing QRM here at 68.5. You'll hear it at 67.5 as well. You'll hear them both. Yeah. Hello, Victor Alpha 3, Frank Union Charlie. Good to see you. Welcome to DX Worldwide Night. Just trying to find open slot, which is not very easy. This might be it. We will tune. We will see. And hopefully create a little bit of a pileup. That would be nice. Yeah, never can guess. You never can guess for sure what's going to happen, but you can try. Listen for a moment. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. That frequency's gone. Had some activity there. Let's just get some people. Just waiting to hear his call.
Kilowatt 3 Echo, Sugar Tango.
Kilo 3 Sugar Tango, Kilo 7 Hotel November.
37HN 5903.
Roger that. 5903. Good luck.
Good luck, thanks.
Okay, so we're at 7127.
Kilo 3 Echo, Sugar 2.
Try and find the next one. Hey, Ward. Good to see you, buddy. It's my buddy Ward down in Southern California. You get your rigs, you get it set up? How do you like that Heil system, man? The bands are packed. This is obviously a CQ Worldwide Day, so there you go. Here's a good example of landing on fives.
Buenos noches. This is Kilo Mary 5 Victoria, India, calling CQ contest.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Foxtrot Radio November.
Kilowatt 7 Hotel November.
3 Fox Radio November. Thank you. 5904.
5903. Could you repeat your call, please?
This is Kilo Mary 5 Victoria, India, calling CQ contest.
Okay. So there you go. This is just finding them and moving. No open spots. Waiting for someone to talk. They're there. Well, moving on. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Get off the recorder.
K3 Echo, Sugar Tango.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Echo, Sugar Tango.
It's a good example of someone that has a radio with a recorder and just keeps hitting the thing over and over and over again. That's what that is. Now here's something interesting. Hear this? Okay, it's a good example for new hams. This is below the band plan in the US. You shouldn't be doing sideband here. But they're everywhere. This is FT8. Wow. That's the lowest I've seen it in a long time. Wow. Down to 83. Papa Tango 5 Japan. Now, here's a good example. Wouldn't it be great to contact Papa Tango 5 Japan? However, since he's literally about 50 kilohertz below, we can't contact him. Yeah. There you go. So we have to start at 7125. We can't go down that low. So for new hams, that's a good thing to remember. Let's go over to 7580. Actually, you know, it'd be fun. Let's try top band. We'll see. You know, I know that it won't tune it. It'll have to be tuned with my tuner here, but hey, let's see what happens. I doubt we'll see much info, you know, much stuff here, but you never know. It can actually work, and maybe someone will be there. Who knows? Waiting for it to tune up. There you go. Don says, when I hear a call like what you just did, is proper to call their call than yours and let them know you're wanting to talk with them. Yeah, well, thank you. I hope that's a compliment. I think that, you know, the people in contests, Don, they just want to go fast. They want numbers. So they're zooming through on calls. Not much happening on top band. Zero, like nothing, which is interesting. You'd think there'd be some more interest here, more stuff, but nothing here on 160 tonight. Not much. Interesting. Okay. Up to 7580. Tune here. And that's the sound of the MFJ 998 auto tuner. And look at all those signals. It's right about here. Big one here. Was.
Go to Camino Island with N6 AEB.
So he's in the
K7 Papa Whiskey Juliet in Troy, Montana. Number 215 N7XTR in Ketchum.
Interesting.
KR7K in West Haven.
Okay, this sounds like it is a net.
W0OSI
Definitely a net.
I'll go grab that thing.
So I don't think we're going to hear much on 80, although 80 is part of CQ Worldwide. Because there's so much, there's so many nets on 80, they're just not going to be here. Try one more shot here. Look at all the signals. It's amazing.
CQ contest, Kilo Mary 5, India.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Number 7.
Let's see, it's 20 watts. We'll go to 30. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Number 7.
5903. QSL.
India, QRZ.
There you go. 31 watts. Perfect. Perfect. Not bad. That'll work.
Sugar Tango is Roger. Roger 594 for you also. Thank you.
Let you listen to him for just a second.
Victoria, India, calling CQ contest. Again. 89 Foxtrot Kilo Lima 5904.
And there goes the dogs. The wife is home. Congratulations.
Kilo Fox 9 Radio 5904. Wow, that's great. Thank you. This is
Well, you know what, Don? That's a great question. You're asking another question from a newbie. How come 80s refer to 75? It's because mathematically it would be 75. Okay. What you do is you take whatever frequency you're on, you divide it by 400. So 400 divided by, let's say in this case, we'll take 400 and we're going to divide Hello, everybody, wherever you
sorry
may
about
be.
that.
Wrong one again. I used to using one that says me cam. I got two of them. So there you go. There you go. So anyway, so to give you the right, Lizzie, okay, so there you go. It is, no, that's, well, okay. Technically wrong. Technically wrong. Okay. And the reason why is because the math doesn't add up. When you divide the frequencies out, 75 and 80 meters traditionally are split at 37 and a half. That's where they're split. And the reason why it's been that way for years is because 80 meters is the low part. So you're going to go 3750 down, and then high part, you're going up. So you're going to be at 3750 up is technically 75 meters. Now you run into a problem, Don, because so many radios show frequency bands. They're going to show 160, they may show, 80, but they're not going to show 75, right? They'll show 40, 20, 17, so forth. The math doesn't add up for most of those frequencies, like most of 20 meters isn't really 20 meters, it's 22 meters or 21, and most of 40 meters is 41 meters. But because it's been this way forever, it stays that way. That's kind of how it works. Great questions tonight, you guys. Great questions. Keep them going. Good.
Victoria, India, calling CQWW contest.
And before, if you guys were listening before to a prior show, there was some great stuff on the bands. You could start seeing people working on 10 and 12 meters. Now, you don't see that very often because it's only usually during contests people will work it unless we get lots of sunspots. Once we get lots of sunspots, those sunspots help us big time. So, excuse me, because of that, we're in great shape. So for CQ Worldwide, you get 160, you get 80, you get 40, 20, 10, 12 and 10. Those are your bands that work CQ Worldwide for single sideband. That's it. So the ones that are difficult to get is when you're working on 15 meters and 10, because they're just not really set up for this sunspot cycle yet. They just aren't. So that's why I'm surprised not seeing anybody on 160. You're going to have a problem there on 80 because there's so many nets that come on all the time. So what that leaves you with is really 40, 20, 15, and 10. That's it. Since 10 isn't working, 3 bands are available now for the most part, and everyone squishes together. It becomes a battle of power and antennas. So Don, your question is great. By the way, JSS, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Don, your questions are great. I think when you get to DX World or CQ Worldwide, what you deal with is sometimes, like when we're in a low sunspot cycle like we are right now, you don't have enough sunspots to really get the ionosphere up. You just don't. So what you end up with is frequencies that don't have enough ions to charge up the atmosphere to make really any DX communication way up on 10 meters or on 12 or on 15 very doable. Now, when we get more sunspots, it creates more radiation to the Earth's atmosphere, so the ionosphere itself gets more charged up. So you get 10 and 12, and man, they're going to be open up at night. You'll make calls at night on those frequencies. It's going to be pretty cool. So I don't want to run the video too long because we're already at 50 minutes. My goodness gracious. Let's go a little longer, okay? Because this is a special night. DX Worldwide, CQ Worldwide, once a year. This is one of my favorite contests. We'll move a little bit. Love to find a spot to create a pileup. That'd be great. And this actually, no, Lizzie, I would agree to disagree here. I will agree to disagree. We're splitting it by 500 hertz, really. Okay, so that's all we're doing. Typically, the way that the old timers have always done it, they split it right down the middle. 80 meters, 3750 down, and 75, 3750 up. That's the way it works. So, and this one here, I'm sorry, my friend. We are actually, this contest is 160 to 10. Believe it or not, if you take a look at the CQ Worldwide rules, you'll see it. It is 160 to 10, but there's just nothing up there on 10 and 15. Not much happening. Love to find open spot. That'd be nice. But wherever we go, see, it's just packed. Look at that. They're just on top of each other. And this is normal for this contest. It's normal. And you must keep in mind, if you're a new ham, some of these people can't hear each other. They just don't. So they're using antennas that don't pick up the other stations. There's the pump. There's a lightning strike. Love to tell you, love to use that one. I can't because the pump is killing it next door. Just can't use it. And so what you have is you have a lot of people that will call and call and call, and they're just hitting a button on their radio because it's recorded. They record it in. So they're, whatever they talk about is recorded in. That's the way it is. Okay. So Lizzie, maybe we're miscommunicating. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you're not getting it. That could be too. You know, it happens sometimes. Here is CQ Worldwide. Here is the actual CQ Worldwide DX contest page. Okay. Just go to CQWorldwide.com. It'll show you the frequencies. Okay. Frequencies are right here. Look under where it says bands. You see 6 bands. 160, 80, 7, 14, 21, and 28. 1.8 is 160 meters, buddy. So that's part of CQ Worldwide, but sorry. Anyway. All right, Don, thank you. Yes, you're welcome for the information. Please do a favor. Follow the show. We'd love to have you subscribe, hit the bell icon. And for that, we're going to close out because that's what we need to do that. But it will do what we best we can to try and keep you going. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, there you go, Lizzie. Now you got it. Now we're communicating, buddy. I knew we could do it. I knew we could. All right. Yes, 160 is included in CQ Worldwide. It just comes down to, and I think Lizzie shows a real good thing here for a lot of hams to understand. There are contests that don't do 160. There are contests that will avoid 80, right? They'll do all of that. But the problem is that you have to really look at the rules for each contest, just so you know. And in this case, 160 isn't going to work. Not for this. For what Lizzie says here, for what he says CW, yes, because CW is such a narrow bandwidth. Works perfectly. It'll work good on 160. So yeah, 160, absolutely, that's going to work good. You're right. So you got it right, buddy. All right, so this is a contest from 1.8 megahertz all the way up to 29 and change. Man, big contest. It'd be nice if we could go all the way up to 29,700, wouldn't it? You know, 29.7 megahertz. That'd be cool. But 10 meters just is not open right now. So maybe next year's sunspot cycle will be better. But that gives you an idea of just how packed the rig can show. I mean, how packed the bands can be. No place to find a place to call. We'll try maybe tomorrow another show where we can just find a place, make some CQ calls, and we'll get a pileup going. Hopefully. Never know. It just depends on propagation, how well we do. But until next time, it's always my honor and privilege to spend time with you guys. Thanks. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Saturday night during CQ Worldwide. Always the third weekend of October. Okay? Always the third weekend of October. And it's a magical time because everyone from around the world tries to call everybody else. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Live. See you next time. Until then, God bless you. Thanks for watching and good night, everybody.